among those and revisit some of what we have seen, heard and learned in the earlier sessions. That is, first we will have Mr. Sanjay Kumar, then we will have Dr. Sudhindra Sharma, then Dr. Abhishek Amar, and finally Professor Max D. These will be short presentations. And then after that, we will have an open session and we will invite suggestions and recommendations. We've had observations and discussions in the earlier sessions. We won't go back to those discussions and reviews. We will actually take in short, succinct recommendations and suggestions which we can put down as way forward. Dr. Sudhindra Sharma will summarize the suggestions and recommendations that we received from the audience today, and he will also conclude our dialogues. So we begin, and I request Mr. Sanjay Kumar to kindly start with his presentation.
Despite this, my invitation, just I would like to take the opportunity to share. When we have developed such type of program, generally we set the objective of the program, we set the objective of the project, we set the objective to time. So similar approach we have adopted, and we set the approach of the objectives of the dialogue, and we take the opportunity and take the liberty from you, because these objectives basically have been shared in the inaugural session. And just in the morning, I retrospect myself in the framework of these objectives, which was set by the dialogue, which was set by the group of the dialogue. How much we have moved forward, what kind of we have a weakness, what kind of we have achieved, and how we will have to go forward. So first, into these objectives, I would like to reiterate in front of you. First objective, which was set by the dialogue, facilitate knowledge and action framework for safeguarding heritage and securing sustainable development of Bodhgaya region. Equally important, the second objective, work for inclusion of rich multiple heritage of the region into pedagogical content and learning process by engaging with the schools and universities. Promote ethical heritage tourism and create community-based livelihood enterprises through engaging with government institutions, initiative, tourist and pilgrimage in Bodhgaya region. Strengthen relationship and build sustainable network between Bodhgaya and Southeast Asia nation with a glorious recall of the historical and contemporary relationship for safeguarding the heritage and securing sustainable development in the region. So as for the objective, as much as possible, we have achieved, but still we have a challenge and we have a limitation. I think so. We get feedback, and on the feedback, as much as possible, we will revise and we will finalize the final recommendation. We will forward. Thank you so much.
I would like to invite Dr. Sudhindra Sharma ji to kindly start his presentation.
Thank you very much. I think Sanjay has said what he wanted to say, but let me recall some of the initial planning process that we went through. And it was very ambitious when we started about a year ago. But I think the beginning is rather modest. And at least beginning gives us more indication of the road ahead. One of the things that was happening at that time when we started, we had about two tangible objectives. If you look at the document that we had, there were two. The first two were the objectives that we had in mind. And, or in fact not objective, but in terms of probing questions, we will try to probe questions. But as we end, I believe that we have more questions than we have answered, which is a very positive sign for me. If you have more questions than you have the answer, that means you are making a big thing. I'm very positive of that. So I think after two questions, we might have about 20 questions now with us. Now, how do we articulate this question? How do we structure these questions into possible follow-up actions, and that would be challenge ahead of us. One thing that is very clear is that there are linkages or interconnectedness which Buddhism is all about. We have been able to explore, and that we have been able to at least find out that there are strong interconnection between heritage and history, for example, geography and culture with the other one, and spirituality and society. I think within these 6 words itself, the whole exercise or the whole thought process can be encompassed, and which is a possibility. There are many opportunities, there are circles of opportunities that we have to start exploring and working and trying to find linkages between these different circles itself. The temple itself is one concentric circle, then we draw more circles, we keep on expanding those circles and try to see the linkages between these circles. And there are immense possibilities as far as this is concerned.
I would like to invite Dr. Abhishek Kamal to start with his presentation. Thank you.
Honestly, I don't really have a presentation. As Sanjay and Dinsley were speaking, I thought they've covered pretty much everything. I don't know what else to tell you other than that I've been working on Bodhgaya for a long time. I'm not that old, but still it's half my life basically. And I've always felt the need, I've seen it change from 1990s onwards, and I've always felt the need for something that should happen in Bodhgaya. But there are several conferences either on Buddhism or things related to Bodhgaya, but never in Bodhgaya, right? And Bodhgaya is changing. Every time I come here, there are some things that you will see and you'll be annoyed, you'll be irritated, but there are so many things that are happening here which also makes you happy and makes you think, what really is Bodhgaya? What really is going on here? And is there a way I can make sense of it? As people, everybody knows what Bodhgaya is for them. We all have our own anchors in the place. But at the same time, we all are also trying to grapple with something that we are interested in, that we want to pursue. And we each have our definition. So maybe dialogue is a better platform for not just academicians or policymakers, but also practitioners, also local stakeholders. I was glad to see some senior monks coming here who are trying to understand, and they were not simply sitting through hardcore Buddhist studies panels. They're not simply trying to understand texts or archaeology. They're also sitting through urban development. They're also sitting through architectural issues or temple management committee issues and things like that. So we often relegate them, oh, these are monks and they should be concerned about the spiritual domain, and why are they sitting through these panels? So I see, that's where I see potential of a future where these dialogues will help us bring together multiple stakeholders at places like Bodhgaya. It's not simply, Bodhgaya Dialogues is a platform which can bring people who are working at different Buddhist sites or Hindu sites for that matter. It's a platform that we are imagining for people who are not simply scholars but also practitioners, also travel writers, also people who like to travel and think about these things in a careful fashion, in a critical fashion.
Technocrat in the sense that I want to take it from what I felt was there and what I felt actually was probably still missing. And I'm quite glad that you both emphasized that this was a kind of trial, the first kind of session. So what I felt, and I'm picking up what Sanjay actually was using as one of his catchwords, what we did was networking. We started networking. Every once in a while, probably more during the coffee breaks than during, or the tea breaks than during the sessions, we got in a kind of dialogue. So what is certainly, what has to be pushed forward, what has to be improved is the dialogical element, which probably needs more space and time. So my technocratic approach now is actually to kind of come up with a suggestion, and I have to say it's not that we are sitting here, the four of us, and are talking out of the blue. We had actually a session last night where we all kind of discussed certain points that have been repeated now, so I will do more or less the same. So in order to facilitate the dialogue, kind of shifting the weight from, and I'm of course very guilty of using my time from kind of presentational approach, so giving you 20 minutes of talk, and then you have 1 or 2 questions, and that's it. Shifting that to more time and space for a dialogue, which probably would mean some experiment in format. And the suggestion would then be you could probably keep the kind of paper sections. So we'll give maybe a little bit shorter your whatever it is, academic, practitioner's view on a certain topic. And then, even in the panel sessions, open up more space for discussion, questions and answers. Then have, and I'm looking at it like a pyramid, so we have these different disciplines we decided to have this time. So these are the pillars, so to speak, and then like a pyramid actually bringing it up towards the final, the grand finale, so to speak, in a dialogic version, so that you have, first in the different sections, a dialogue, meaning having people sitting on stage, maybe 3 or 4, having a specific framed topic, and then discussing. Discussing, so giving maybe 5 minutes of brainstorming, and then discussing like you have it in TV discussion rounds, right? Moderated, very strictly moderated, and that's another point I'm very technocratic about. I think we need a little bit stricter rules in terms of time management, how much someone can speak, and then also opening up these sessions to the audience, which is then a little bit more than a question-answer, hopefully, that actually the dialogue which has happened on stage actually is transferred into the audience, or we are doing it together with the audience now. We, meaning that I imagine myself sitting on stage here. So that would be the next stage, and then probably to get to the top of the pyramid, probably you could have sessions where you bring the disciplines or the different sections together and engage them in pretty much the same way as has happened before on the lower level, together on stage and have a dialogue. And then see where we share common ground, the historian, the religionist, the art historian or archaeologist, the environmentalist, and really get a dialogue going. So that would be the kind of structure I have in mind. I'm sure there are different ways of approaching it. It's just one idea which can be modified, and there may be different opinions, and I think the organizers would be happy to hear more of those kind of suggestions.
Thank you. I would like to invite Richard to come and
that it is one of the most important tasks which defines the culmination of the event and lays the promise for the continuation of it. And here I take it to be the one. To begin with, I thank all those who participated in the consultative workshop that was held in Delhi in September last year, because it was there that the seeds of the dialogues were sown. Further, a big thank you to all our esteemed invited speakers and moderators who took much pain to travel across the continents and states here in India, opting for multiple ways and modes of commuting and finally arriving at Bodhgaya. We express our deep sense of gratitude for sharing with us your insights and opinions on multiple themes and igniting the process of deliberations and discussion for shaping the future course of the dialogues. I cannot name each and every one of you, and I regret for the same, but I must confess that your names will reverberate wherever there is a mention of the global dialogues in the context of Bodhgaya. You have exposed us to the vast variety of knowledge and ideas, and I am sure that everyone here must be inspired by your great works. One of the schools in Buddhist philosophy tells us that there is no dichotomy between mind and matter. One implication of this kind of thought is that the material affairs are as significant as the spiritual one, and therefore here comes the role of our sponsors, and the role has been pivotal in providing us the material support. Deshkal Society takes this opportunity to thank all our sponsors, namely Indira Gandhi National Center for Arts, New Delhi, Indian Council of World Affairs, New Delhi, Indian Oil Corporation, Water Aid, ACC Cement, Bodhgaya Temple Management Committee, Ministry of Culture, Government of India, Kalippa International Monlan Trust, Daulat Ram College, Delhi University, Raindrop Publication Private Limited, International Buddhist Council of Bodhgaya, and now Nalanda Mahavihar. Further, We are most thankful to the Charya team who transformed the ambience of the last evening with their enchanting and intellectually stimulating performance. In the same spirit, I would like to place on record our hearty thanks to Mr. Randhi, the manager of the Royal Residency Hotel, and its very courteous staff, Mr. Dhananjay, who provided the necessary logistic support. Hotel staff are both Lumbini and Siddhartha Vihar Hotel. The Agrawal brothers who took care of the technical arrangements here on the stage. And last but not the least, the very motivated and dedicated team of my fellow workers from Deshka Society. Once again, I want to state that we are all most grateful to all of you who are present here and to each one of those who contributed to the actualization of this potential of the dialogues in ways that are not always palpable. We thank you for being with us this evening. It's been a great pleasure. Thank you very much.